All we like sheep have gone astray. We have all turned to our own way. And the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. He was oppressed and he was afflicted. Yet he did not open his mouth, like a lamb that is led to the slaughter, and like a sheep that before his shearers is silent. So he did not open his mouth. By a perversion of justice he was taken away. Who could have imagined his future? For he was cut off from the land of the living, stricken for the transgression of my people. They made his grave with the wicked, and his tomb with the rich, although he had done no violence, and there was no deceit in his mouth. Yet it was the will of the Lord to crush him with pain. When you make his life an offering for sin, he shall see his offspring and shall prolong his days. Through him the will of the Lord shall prosper. Out of his anguish he shall see light. He shall find satisfaction through his knowledge. The righteous one, my servant, shall make many righteous, and he shall bear their iniquities. Therefore I will allot him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he poured out himself to death and was numbered with the transgressors. Yet he bore the sin of many and made intercession for the transgressors. Encounter by Langston Hughes. I met you on your way to death, though quite by accident I chose the path I did, not knowing there you went. When I heard the hooting mob, I started to turn back, but curious, I stood my ground, directly in its track, and sickened suddenly at its sound, yet did not turn back. So loud the mob cried, yet so weak, like a sick and muffled sea. On your head you had sharp thorns. You did not look at me, but on your back you carried my own misery.
Despised and rejected, rejected of men, a man of sorrows, a man of sorrows, and acquainted with grief, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. Despised, rejected, he was despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. He was despised, rejected, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief, and acquainted with grief, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. his back to the spiders. He gave his back to the spiders, and his cheeks to them that plucketh off his hair, and his cheeks to them that plucketh off his hair, and his cheeks to them that plucketh off his hair. He laid not his face from shame, and spitting he hid not his face from shame. From shame he hid not his face from shame. From shame and spitting.
Take this cup from me, from the Gospel of Luke. Then Jesus went out and made his way as usual to the Mount of Olives. The disciples accompanied him. When they reached the place, Jesus said to them, "Pray that you not be put to the test." Then Jesus withdrew about a stone's throw from them, knelt down and prayed, "Abba, if it's your will, take this cup from me. Yet not my will, but yours will be done." Have you come with swords? From the Gospel of Matthew. While Jesus was still speaking, Judas, one of the 12, arrived, accompanied by a great crowd with swords and clubs. They had been sent by the chief priests and elders of the people. Judas had arranged to give them a signal. "Whomever I embrace is the one," he had said. "Take hold of him." He immediately went over to Jesus and said, "Shalom, Rabbi," and embraced him.